Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you are new around here. Today in this video I want to briefly discuss with you guys the importance of preparation for muscle growth and success in the gym overall, and I'm going to be going over preparation in two different fields that are absolutely crucial towards muscle growth. The first one is preparation in terms of training, and then the second one is preparation in terms of diet. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So first of all, I want to obviously go into the training side of things, as that's the first one I said, you know what I mean? So preparation in training is extremely important because first of all, you want to know what you're doing when you go into the gym, right? You don't necessarily want to rock up to the gym and not have a plan, because what happens a lot of the time as well, especially with beginners, is that they don't really have a plan. They don't know what exercises they're going to do. They don't necessarily know what muscle group they're going to be hitting. And then when they get into the gym, they have no clue what they're going to do. And as they're unfamiliar and sort of uncomfortable with this environment because it's pretty new, and I get how the gym can be intimidating, they end up doing nothing, you know, maybe go on a treadmill for 10 minutes, go on the machine in that corner, go on the leg press in that corner, and then leave the gym again. And then they realise that they had a shit session. And this can also be a reason why a lot of people quit as well. So, yeah, training and preparation go hand in hand, and it's extremely important. And one other thing that preparation and, you know, knowing what exercises you're doing, knowing what weights you're going to be doing on those exercises, all of that stuff, having that in place is extremely important for visualization. And I think visualization is one of the most important things that can deter whether you're going to have a good session or whether you're going to have a mediocre session. It could have been better. Visualization just makes your session that much better. What I like to do is, obviously I'm on my own personal workout program. I know what exercises I'm doing. I know what weight I'm going to be doing. I know whether I'm going to be increasing the weight next week or whether I'm going to stay at the same weight or even decrease the weight next week, right? I know all of this stuff, and what this allows me to do is actually visualize how my sessions are going to go. And yeah, you can call me a sad fuck, but I love the gym, and this just makes your sessions 10 times better, okay? And don't get me wrong, I'm not visualizing how my gym sessions are going to go 24/7. You know, I just think about it the night before. I just have a brief little, you know, run through in my head of how the big movements are going to go, right? And what this also does is, it gets you in the zone, it gets you ready, it gets you focused. And what this visualization provides is what I like to call, I said this in my previous video, establishing a mind muscle connection before you've even got in the gym. And this is because when you're thinking about doing that big set, for example, as I just said to you guys, I like to think about the big boy sets I'm going to be doing. You know, I know exactly what weights I'm going to use. For example, it's currently Saturday when I'm filming this video, and on Monday I'm going to be hitting chest, which I can't wait for, right? And I'm going to be doing my big boy set of incline dumbbell presses with the 45 kilo dumbbells. I've already got that in my head, and, you know, I can already see how that's going to go. It's going to be, you know, I'm going to get a PB, I'm going to get more reps than ever, you know what I'm trying to say? And it just gets you, you know, it just gives you that mind muscle connection before you've even got in the gym. It gets you in the zone, it gets you focused, and that is what is so important towards a good session. However, if you don't prepare before the gym, then this visualization, you're not going to have it at all. Imagine you go into the gym, right, and you don't even know what muscle groups you're going to be hitting. You won't have any visualization of what you're doing. And another thing as well is that visualization is very important if you're a beginner, right? If you've never really done exercises before, and you've never been in the gym before, having a good idea of what you're doing before you go into the gym is going to be really helpful. So yeah, preparing for your gym session. So obviously knowing what exercises you're doing, knowing what muscle groups you're going to be hitting on different days, knowing what weights you're going to be doing, it just helps create this visualization. And what this does is just gears your head into the right mindset before the session and going into the session. And in order to just ensure that you're fully prepared for your session, what I would highly suggest for you is just, you know, have a little sit down at the table the night before, or have a little reflection in your bed before you go to sleep, and just think about your session in order. What am I going to do first? What am I going to do after that? How many sets am I going to do of that? And all of that good stuff. And that is going to really help the visualization process, and you're just going to be super prepared. So you're going to go into the gym, you're like, oh no, what I'm going to do, I'm going to smash some PBs today, and you're going to have an absolutely amazing session. So that's why preparation, in my opinion, is extremely important for training. You don't want to be going into the gym not knowing what you're doing. You want to be going in the gym knowing exactly what you're doing, having visualized your sets before, knowing exactly how it's going to go to get over any mental barrier you have as well if you've never necessarily done a weight before. For example, if you're going for like a bench PR, it's really good to actually visualize how it's going to go, because there is a huge mental block there because you've never done that weight before, right? But if you're visualizing you actually doing that, then that is going to help you so much. Okay, so now on to the second thing I want to talk about in relation to the importance of preparation for growth in the gym, and that is with diet. And what I mean, and in relation to diet is specifically, I'm talking about meal preparation. Okay, I'm assuming that you're watching this channel because you're a skinny guy and you're trying to bulk, and you're trying to gain muscle as efficiently as possible, because that's what my content is centered around. That's who my content is directed towards to. Making sure you're meal prepping is extremely important, because sometimes we have days where we're extremely busy, and we're cut short for time on cooking food and eating food as well. And if you're really busy on a day and you don't really have much time to cook and eat, and you don't have anything prepared in advance, then the likelihood of you not achieving and hitting your calorie goal for the day is going to be very high. And what does that mean? That's going to affect your bulk. And that's because in order to bulk, we need to be eating more than we need to consume if we were to stay at the same weight. So we need to be eating a lot of food, right? And if you're not preparing, and if you're not preparing these meals in advance, then it can be very stressful and very difficult in order to keep consistent with your diet. And if you want to bulk and gain muscle, then that is absolutely essential, right? For example, not now because I'm back home for the holidays, but when I'm at university, when I was in the first semester, every Tuesday I had a very busy day, and I didn't necessarily have a lot of time to cook my meals. And me personally, when I'm bulking right now, I'm eating 5 meals a day, so I'm eating quite a lot. And I've got quite a lot of lectures, I've got quite a lot on with all of this stuff, and I just don't necessarily have time to cook food. So what I actually do is I prepare in advance. So for the days and for the times where I don't have time to cook all of this stuff, it's there for me. I can just go in the fridge, grab it, and get out the house and go for the day, right? It's not like I've got to get up at 6 in the morning and cook the meals and then wait for it to cool down and all that stuff, right? It's already prepared in advance. And this is extremely important if you want to be consistent, and if you actually, obviously, consistency is the key to you achieving what you want to achieve, right? So that's basically what I wanted to cover in this video. Preparation is extremely important for training because it allows you to, obviously, you're going to know what you're doing, you're going to feel more confident, and this is ultimately going to lead to you being able to visualize your stuff, and breaking down that mental barrier, if you have it, is very important, and that's just going to help you going into your session, and it's just going to help you better your session. And in terms of diet, preparation is extremely important, because on those days where you don't necessarily have the time, it's going to be there for you, as I just said. Go in the fridge, grab it, bugger off, mate. That's all it is. And for diet and meal prep, one thing that I like to do is just prep meals for the days I'm busy that week on Sunday. So, Sunday's the day where I'm usually trying to dial it down a little bit, just sort of reset. I'm still doing work and stuff, but sort of just reset for the next week. And yeah, meal prepping on Sunday, or just whenever you're free, just spend a couple of hours doing meal prepping, and that will save you a lot of time and a lot of calories that you may not consume if you didn't have meals prepped already. And you guys are probably asking for that acronym that I told you guys about at the beginning of the video, and this is called the 6Ps. All right, so if you don't necessarily remember this, then I'd highly suggest you get a piece of paper and write it down. So the 6Ps consist of the following: proper preparation prevents piss poor performance, right? It's pretty, it's pretty obvious what that means. If you don't prepare properly, then you're preparing to fail. But if you actually do proper preparation, then you're going to prevent piss poor performance, aka you're going to prevent failure, and you're going to be doing the right things, right? So that is the end of this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed and you truly learned something, and you're going to start preparing. You're going to be more organized, and this is ultimately going to lead to you gaining more muscle and being more successful in the gym, my friends. So if you have enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like, a comment, any constructive criticism, any constructive feedback, so I can make my videos better for you guys and for the channel going ahead. And most importantly, there's a big fat red button down there somewhere, so if you click it, something will happen. I don't know, but you'll find out before me. So without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video.